Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I've got to, as it's the last day of April, I thought I'd show my March and April completed pages. I didn't include March, although technically all of these were mostly completed in April. I didn't do very much colouring in March. I have one that was finished in March, and some others were started then, but pretty much all of them are April, but I'll include March, so it's sort of a consistent month thing. So I will move these out of the way. So the first book is a colour by number book. I haven't really done colour by numbers before until recently. I thought I'd give it a go as there's quite a few Disney ones. So this is Disney Princess Colorage Magic Circles Mysteries, and it's by Hatchet Jeunesse. There, you see, I did a few in here. I just used Crayola Super Tips and some Faber-Castell felt tips as well. So this one's Tiana from The Princess and the Frog, and then I've got Snow White here and Rapunzel from Tangled. So then those three. I want to try and do this in order. It's just nice to have when I don't feel like colouring like details or doing blending and things like that. So yeah, there's that one. The next one is from Fabiana Attanasio's Snow White book. I've got the Italian edition. I did show my work in progress in here last month's video, so I finally managed to finish it. It's this one, one of the first pages. So I don't know if you can see, the background is a sort of light blue. That's Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolour pencil. And I also use watercolour pencils for her dress and a base for her hair. And then her skin and the red for the apple and her lips and the roses, they're all Prismacolor pencils. And then her hair and the wood bit is W.H. Smith pencils. And I don't know if it'll catch in this, but I've got a sort of metallic pen on her dress and her headband there. I don't think it's really showing, but, and there's white gel pen for the dots and the flowers. But yeah, I really like how that one turned out, and I can't wait to do more in this book. The next one is the one I completed in March. It's from Creepy Chibi Cute Horror Colouring Book by Louisa May. If you want to see a flip through of this, it's on my channel. It's sort of ones like the front one, where it's sort of created like creepy characters, but then some of them are like ones from horror films, like this is Freddy Krueger from the Nightmare on Elm Street films. So if you're a horror fan, this is quite a fun book. So I did the Silent Hill Nurse, as Silent Hill is one of my favourite films. I know it's a game as well, but I'm not really a gamer, so I haven't played that. But when I saw this one, I wanted to colour it. So for quite a lot of it, I did a base of marker for the background, you see there. And then I went over with Faber-Castell polychromos. As it's quite thin Amazon paper, it was a bit hard to blend, but I kind of like the scruffy look for this. And then I used this Posca pen there. I wrote the Come to Silent Hill there. And then I used red acrylic paint there as a sort of like splatter effect on her dress there for like a blood effect. It was a bit messy. It was the first time I'd done that, but it was quite fun. So yeah, I can't wait to do more in this book. This Creepy Chibi by Louisa May. Next one is Doodles from the Den by Kim White. I'm trying to complete this book this year if I can. I've already done half of it now. I'm halfway through it now, so Okay, so this was what I showed you. This is a work in progress in the last video. So this is Enchanted Fairy Castle, and I started sort of, this is kind of a mix of different things. There's Winsor & Newton Studio Collection pencils. I used excuse me. The blue for the background is a Brute Vona pencil, which I then blended with a Derwent blender pencil. And I raised out some clouds. There's some Prismacolor pencils, and then there's a lot of fine liners and Faber-Castell felt tip pens just to do the sort of tiny little bits. And I think some bits like this pink here on the turrets are Papermate Flare pens. So yeah, that was a fun one to do. I don't think I've got any gel pen on there. No, there's no gel pen. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do that one. So the next one I did was a fairy in the flowers one. I used polychromos for a lot of it, so like her skin and her dress there, and then quite a lot of it is based with pen. I used a sort of mix of black Tombow marker and a black alcohol marker and a black fine liner to do the background bit. The flowers are based with Crayola Super Tips, and then I went over it with a pencil to kind of smooth it out a little bit. There's still sort of bits where you can see the sort of streakiness of the pens, but I kind of like the effect of the pencil over the top. Here's the kind of fine liner for the green and the blue there, and fine liner for her top and the flowers in her hair. And then her wings, I did a sort of base of a few different light colours of Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer pencils. And then, I don't know if it will show, but yeah, I use Mod Podge Extreme Glitter, is this Extreme Glitter glue. It doesn't dry sticky or anything, it dries clear, and it's really glittery. It's got lots of different like colours in it, and it's really nice. So yeah, I'm definitely going to use that again. You'll see it on one of my other pages as well. There's that one. I did start this one. I was planning to try and get this one done as well, but it hasn't quite turned out. It didn't quite turn out that way, so hopefully you'll see that next month. But yeah, I'm really hoping I can finish this year. So hopefully you'll see a complete flip through sometime soon. The next one is Carousel Dreams by Yampuff. This is another one I'm trying to complete, if I can. So I did this one. This was just a very kind of quick one, where I wanted to colour, but I didn't want to do anything too something that would take too long. So I've just used watercolour pencils, the background and the line, and sort of I had some grass at the bottom, and then the pole behind it is a metallic pen, and this is the Giotto, I think it's Giotto, glitter pen, the Giotto Turbo Glitter Pen I think it's called. Yeah, they're quite nice pens, although they do bleed through quite. With some thin paper, they do bleed through, so just a warning if you were interested in those. And then I used I think it was the Papermate Flare pens again, just for the little flowers and things. But yeah, I really like that one. But I want to try and get this finished, as well as the other two Dreams books she's got, because I've got the Dreams collection books, so it'd be nice to finish these ones first, before I start that one. The next one is Millie Marotta's Woodland Wild. So I did two in here on the same day. Did this one. I just used it was fine liners of some sort. With her books I just like to do fine liners and just sort of stress free colouring basically. Not really thinking, just pick a colour and colour basically. Although there are some pages sort of the more sort of like this one with the rabbit, I might want to take more time with it, and she used pencils and things as well and do some shading. But the sort of ones like this where it's just the sort of little shapes, I just use fine liners. So yeah, and the other one I did was this grasshopper here, or locust, or I'm not sure what it is. The pens I use kind of shadowed, I don't know if you can see that. And I accidentally used one that bled through, but this page, like, I will probably colour it at some point, but it's not a favourite page or anything, so I'm sure I can cover it when I cut round to it. But yeah, I ended up using 2 different pens, because this one was bleeding through a bit too much, was shadowing too much, so I tried to use a different one. That's why the head's a slightly different shade of green, but I don't mind. But yeah, this is a really nice book. Yeah, I hope to do more in this soon. Yeah, so that's Woodland Wild. The next one is Joanna Basford's Worlds of Wonder. I really want to complete this. It is my favourite book of hers. Yeah, I haven't done very much though. I do want to try and colour it in order, but when I first got it, there was a page that I really wanted to colour first, a little bit further in the book, so I done that, and then another one slightly further in the book. But now that those 2 pages are done, I've gone back to the beginning. I have started working on the title page, but I haven't quite finished it yet. But I'm using metallic pencils, just sort of straight colouring. So hopefully we'll see that finished next month. So pages I've done is this one with the houses. I've used there's black for the background, is the black acrylic paint, and then I've gone over it again with the Mod Podge Extreme Glitter. I think you can see that. And then the rest of it is the Faber-Castell Colour Grip Art Grip Aquarelle. Sorry, they're like student grade pencils, but they're still really nice, and they're the same colours as the polychromos. Yeah, so I just did a sort of a base there on the houses, and they went back in with this sort of darker shade that I've used sort of around the windows and stuff to add some shading, and the trees are that as well. And then for some of them I've used the white gel pen on the windows just to add it. And then the little plants there, I don't know if you can, the little plants there, on the leaves, I've used the Pentel, I think they're called Milky gel pens. They're sort of like really light pastel colours. I use the green on that. And then for some of the windows, like on here, they're like the bigger windows, I use the Bambino crayons, just the light blue and the white one, just to sort of put a little bit of colour there on the windows I've shaded in. But yeah, I really like that one. And I did it it was a buddy colour in T's World of Adult Colouring, her Facebook group. I recently joined it after she mentioned it in one of her videos, and she did a buddy colour in the group for this page, so that's why I did it. But yeah, I really like how it came out. And then, oh no, I've done 3 pages in here. I forgot about that. So, I don't know if the Colour of Claire, recently she's done a random generator challenge where she's been using this page, and basically every video she picks one of the pictures after she's spun a random generator that picks a pencil brand that she's put in, and then the second one picks 3 colours, and then pick a picture and colour it with that brand and those colours. So it's kind of a limited colour palette challenge, and sort of after the sort of second video I decided I wanted to try it myself because I have quite a few pencils I've not used much or not at all since I've got them. So this isn't all my pencil brands, but it's quite a few of them. And it was actually really fun. So, and I decided to add little ribbons underneath to kind of show so I could write what the pencils were. So this one is Prismacolor. I'll show you a bit closer. Prismacolor, Arteza, Black Widows, although not the Monarchs, I don't have those. And there's a sort of Chinese brand called Cadream. Then those ones are Stedler Ergos for the snail. Marco Raffine, Castle Art and Crayola, Brute Funa, the Deco Time pencils. They're like a cheap brand I got from a shop called The Range, where I actually work. It's got lots of stationery stuff. Then they use polychromos. Then there's Boldmere pencils, which are from a stationery shop called The Works here in the UK. And then Scribblicious, that's also from The Works. There's a cheap brand as well. Then WH Smith pencils, Faber-Castell Classics, and a very cheap brand called United Office, which I got from a shop, a supermarket called Doodles here. They've got like an aisle. It's mostly a supermarket for food and things, but they've got like aisles of random stuff, and quite often they have stationery or sort of art supplies, so I pick those up when I add them, and they add them. They're actually quite nice, and so that was a lot of fun. I still need to watch the rest of Claire's videos, but it was a lot of fun to do, and I did it all in one day, unlike Claire, who's been doing one a day until she's done all of them. So yeah, and then this one is the one I wanted to do when I first got the book, as I saw the house with the balloons, and it reminded me of Up from Disney, the Disney film Up, and I wanted to colour it, and I had this sort of idea of how I wanted to colour it. So I did a sort of night sky with Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer pencils. So I did that on the clouds and the sky and this background here, and I coloured the house with Faber-Castell polychromos. And I don't know if you can see, but I drew Kevin the bird on the house, and I'm really happy with how he came out. And I also wrote Adventurers out there on there. And I'm really happy with how it came out. And there's some gel pen on the balloons. I don't know if you can see that. Some gold and silver. And I realise now I probably could have used actual sellotape, but I drew sellotape on the outside of the on the corners to kind of make it look like it's in a scrapbook, like in the film where she's got the scrapbook. But yeah, it was a lot of fun doing that, and I can't wait to do more in this book. It's so beautiful, and I would really love to complete it, and maybe even get a second copy when that happens. So yeah, there's Worlds of Wonder. And the last book, oh yeah, I've forgotten something. Don't worry, I'll get it in a minute. So the last one I've got is this page here from Enchanted Forest by Joanna Basford, and it's the fox, and I decided to colour it as a sort of Arctic fox. So the background is acrylic paint, and the snow is like a metallic-y pearlescent paint. I don't know if that's really showing. Then I drew in the trees with Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer pencils. Those little ones there as well. And I just kind of put some paint across as well to kind of I don't really know, snow, like a sort of wind effect, I guess. I drew in and the splodges of white are also acrylic, and I did a sort of flicking thing with a brush, although paint went everywhere. It was a bit messy, but it was worth it. And I sort of outlined little areas on the fox and drew in the snowflakes with Posca pen. and the fox itself was a layer of Albrecht Dry watercolour pencil, and then I shaded it with some sort of cool colours, so like blues and purples and a sort of lilac-y pink for the fox with polychromos. So yeah, I really love how it came out, and I'm wondering whether to maybe do something similar on this slide, do like an Arctic squirrel. I don't know if they're actually a thing, but yeah, it would be quite fun to do something else like that. So yeah, I will just pause the video a minute and grab the other page I forgot to grab. Okay, sorry. So that was Enchanted Forest. And the last page I have is this page. It was for Colouring Heaven. They have a thing called a Discovery Club, which if you've got a subscription, it's now included. You basically get an exclusive page from different artists every month. So this one was by Yampuff for it's either March or April. So yeah, I did this one. What did I use? I can't remember now. I use, oh yeah, Brute Funa pencils. I use the Brute Funa pencils for a lot of it. I love the colour of her hair, it's so pretty. I think some bits I shaded with pens, the Faber-Castell felt tip pens. I did quite a bit with those, sort of the different like donuts and the little swirly biscuit things, and the ice cream. I made it mint chocolate chip because that's my favourite flavour ice cream. And the sort of sprinkles and the dots I did with paper mate flare pens, I believe, and then I've used pastel gel pens as well on the dots on the donuts and the little hearts in her hair as well. But yeah, that one was really fun to do. I really like how it came out. So yeah, that is all my completed pages. So I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.